Should be a good trade, I think. Anyway. Chuck, here we are in February, and the market looks pretty strong to me. What's your take?
Yeah, it just made a new all-time high for the futures. What did we get up to? 61, 66.50. So been waiting on that for a little while. Glad to see that happen. Um, I'm interested to see how the market's going to perform after getting that. Because as you know, Tom, we move to points, we move to targets. Once you achieve that target, the big question becomes what's next. So what's next? I got to be honest with you. I'm logging in tonight to find out from you what's next.
And I'm gonna tell you, because you know, we I think I was talking to Jonathan. We made, I think, 5 trades in the last 2 days, which is pretty aggressive, and I think all of them have put money in people's pocket. Anybody take any of those trades that we did? I mean, we hit IBM, Great Old Blue, we hit it, and hit Oracle on Monday. QQQ we hit. Got a spy working, and I think I was trying to think of what the fifth one was. We did 5 of them. Pretty good trades, Chuck. If you net it all together, probably over 100%. Yeah, Marianne, in the Telegram channel, you should be, if you're a member of the Futures First Education, it's been posted in there. I just want to make sure everybody had all the information if they want to do it. Anyway, I did it and I thought it was good. Did the spy trade, right, Carol? When you get on the right side of the month and the right side of the 3-day high and all that, they just seem to work out, don't they? Look, hey, somebody copy what Barry did. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Way to go, Carlos. Good job, Carlos. This is what I'm trying to create is you by listening and learning, you're able to go in and do this type of action. That's great. They're not complicated, they're just timely. Let's just put it that way. Not complicated, but timely. Wow. These are nice numbers y'all are posting. This is the kind of feedback I like to get. Makes me feel like I'm doing something right. Absolutely. Now, I'm going to pose a question to everybody before I get started tonight. Why do you think that everyone, I want to hear your reasoning, and I'll tell you mine when I see all the answers. Why do you think everyone here loves options? And why options is such a growth industry for the markets? Why do you think everybody loves options? And just, tell me what you think, and then I'll read some of your answers. Donna said define risk, value versus expense of it, leverage, 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 bigger returns for the amount of time you're on station. Willard says exponential growth. Small amounts of money turn into big pots of money. You're able to use the nature of options to benefit you. Yeah. Now, let me ask the question. How many of you have an IRA or retirement account? Let me ask that question. They're typically IRAs are typically cash accounts. And you can't do margin in IRAs. And so if you could add a little leverage to your IRA, you could really have an acceleration and the beautiful thing, you don't have to pay taxes on it, right? It grows tax free. I want you to think about that statement. Adding leverage to your retirement account and growing it tax free. Those sound like positive things, don't they? In fact, it's really how you can use options inside there and have a real, what I would say, a real sweet growth of your underlying assets. Yep, absolutely. Well, we'll get started, folks. It's I've been going and talking, but thank you, Chuck, for being here. And I see Jonathan's here, so we'll get into it. But obviously, get in my Telegram channel. The pivot numbers I give are helping you define the daily direction. Did you see what happened today when we got above 61.45, which was my daily pivot number? Did you see the market? Okay. Did you see the market accelerate to those new highs Chuck was talking about? That's exactly what happened. And of course, be on my YouTube channel. We're trying to grow that. Now, risk involved in trading, past performance not indicative of future results. If you get a chance, you ought to get the books, Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, or Trade to Win. Now, with stocks trading 24 hours, it would pay everybody to go through The Markets Never Sleep. And I think you'll learn a lot just by going through those books. We help you master the markets through education. I believe in education. We train a lot. Did everybody enjoy the no notice training I did today? I thought that it was very timely with the money that we made. And we have experience to show you what to do when you're given situations. In my opinion, if you listen, especially to tonight's presentation, I'm on a mission with this one to help you grow those funds that we just talked about in retirement accounts. Now, this is what the market looks like. You can see right now, Europe is stronger than the US, but the market is moving higher. In fact, gold, after falling almost 80 bucks, 85 bucks, has rallied back up, pressing the highs, which I thought was a very interesting turnaround in the precious metals market very quickly. My 10 tickers for the week, if you look at it, NVIDIA, Palantir, Apple. This looks like this is the old version right here. They grabbed the old one, but this gives you some idea of the power of the numbers that we post. This was 2 weeks ago. Look at some of these stocks from 2 weeks ago. Pretty good stuff. Any questions on today's market and what we're doing tomorrow? Tomorrow we have an earnings play. We're going to start at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning on earnings. Today, the Fed posted their minutes that had little or no effect on the action. And our goal is to really have a big Thursday tomorrow. Yeah, Don, I noticed that Palantir wiped out a lot of longs today. Dropped what, $15 or so today? Palantir. But if it's any food, it's like 107 after being at 125. That's a pretty good drop. But if it's any, I guess, sense, it ought to be setting up for another run after it does its correction. Kevin asked, do I think Walmart earnings will affect the market tomorrow? I do. I do think Walmart earnings will be big. Now, I want to talk to you now about this new program we got called Afterburner Alerts. Strictly oriented. I set this up because I wanted to grow my own IRA and I wanted to have the discipline of doing it with you. And and you've seen it work in the last few years where I take the monthly open. Y'all know that I put a big emphasis on the monthly open. Okay. And the 3-day high, 3-day low. And how you can take 1/10 of your retirement money and let me teach you how it will reflect the other 90%. Pretty interesting. Now, let me read this because I don't want you to read this. It's profits performance shown are not typical. We make no future earnings claims. You may lose money. The trades expressed are from historical back-tested data in order to demonstrate the potential of what we're doing. In 51 trades so far, the system delivered 35 wins, 16 losers for a 68% overall win rate. Average gain winners and losers combined was 28.48%. That means every 10 trades, you're growing that cash by about 280%. Does that get your attention when I say that way? Every 10 trades? That's what we're trying to do. Now, what I've learned in 40 years, there's going to be some losers along the way. There's no black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically. And the purpose is to try to give you an edge. My goal with Afterburner Alerts is to show you how, not to day trade, but to show you how, with a strategy and a process, you can take serious money and grow it 10x. That's my goal. For those that don't know me, I'm Tom Busby. I've been around a while, and certain stocks have explosive months that outperform the pace for an entire year. I can tell you right now which those stocks are for the month of February, and that's where you want to play. When you see me tell people in the short term, hey, did you make money in Oracle? Hey, did you make money in IBM? It's because they fit this criteria. Now, Walmart starts coming up tomorrow. Let's find out if it's going to have an acceleration. When you start these hindsight headlines like the last time, you wonder, how could that have been? What's going on? Well, guess what? Walmart's tomorrow. You don't have to wait. The way it's positioned, the signal of the first 3 days really tell us what to expect. It's possible to anticipate explosive moves before the stock has a chance to race higher. To capture a full year's worth of return. Now, who doesn't want to do that? Look at Walmart. Look at that move there. Had an incredible year coming into tomorrow. Now, the question is, will it keep going up? Will it stall or will it go down? That's the question. 72% from January to December last year. Nobody's going to complain about that gain. But how about if I show you a technique, you don't have to wait all year and a lot less time? Who's interested in that? Let me stop right here. Who is interested in learning a technique you don't have to wait 12 months to see the outcome? Think about it. You don't have to wait 12 months if you learn this technique. The first 3 days of the month defines the month for these tickers. I've told you this, I've showed it to you, and now I put a program together to help people. This is to get not short term, but big returns off this. That's why the access rate comes down, because you're staying overnight a little longer, but that's okay. It's justified. Straightforward option play, 164% gain. 2.5 times as much by using this technique. We can isolate these moves in advance all year long, each and every month. You know, the driving force behind these powerful long moves has been intensely studied by Ivy League universities, government agencies, and even Wall Street institutions. But as far as I know, no one else has isolated and taught it to you and showed you it working in real time. We're not talking about a study here. We're talking about it in real time. This key signal, the first 3 days of the month, is what we use, tipping us off these month-long explosive moves time and time again. Look at Palantir last year. September's always been kind to traders. In fact, it's the worst month to buy stock. And as expected, September 24 was off to a slow start. But in the first 3 days of the month, the signal occurred on Palantir and it fired off. No need to do a ton of research, just follow the numbers and the ticker. Once it fires, a sure sign the stock's likely to hit the afterburners, and exactly expected it shot higher last September. Stayed up all month long, 218% gain using these options, more than tripling an investment. And here's the beautiful thing. They don't just set up once a year. They set up every time a new month rolls around. They can often happen on the hottest stocks over and over again, like NVIDIA did last year, throughout the year. What happened in Palantir in September. October 4th, signal fired again, off we went. Even while serious, well-known investors were offloading those shares, it was going higher. Now, if you have the confidence of the afterburners working for you, you know where to get in, and you're sitting pretty with a 67% gain. Another nice win. Imagine being able to follow one signal, knowing when to jump into the stock, even when the best investors in the world are cutting and running. Palantir wasn't done. November, another explosive call, surged 20% on revenue. Off we went again. Signal said jump back in, and by the end of the month, another huge winner, 418% gain. Now, of course, trades are always going to work out that well. There's going to be smaller wins and losses along the way. But that was the best trade, November. Now, I think everybody here ought to really consider what we're doing, especially if they want to grow. Because I asked the simple question, who wants to grow that money over the course of a month and take advantage of it? Like Palantir was hot last year, 340 by year's end. One trade in November had that 418% gain. The year-long return, 78%, in less than 1/10 the time. I like the fact you can do it 12 different times. Now, I spent a lot of time in the market in the last 40 years. This breakout signal is powerful. I use it every month. Capable of paying out explosive gains like 48% on Walmart at the start of the year, 60% on American Express in September. There's old NVIDIA, 101% in February. I remember that trade. And today I'm going to tell you exactly anyone can start targeting the same explosive moves each month. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 5 different stocks that set up, and we're going to put these type plays on each and every month, which will give you a 60 factor attack on growing that money. Just by watching the first 3 days. Also, we'll show you the exact signal on each and where to get in, how to do it, build that portfolio together in a fraction of the time. Where you won't need 100,000 or years free time to get started, you'll be able to isolate these hot stocks each month to look for the setups. So much more. Now, let me introduce myself properly. Got a lot of new people here tonight. I'm Tom Busby. I've got 3 books. I've been around a long time, and I'm constantly trying to figure out how to have an edge regardless of what the market does. Now, active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I was lucky enough to have the Globex terminal outside of Chicago back in the 90s, and I have 3 published books by Wiley. Working with a lot of readers and students at DTI, I developed a new hobby, pinpointing unique opportunities that nobody else sees. That's why I bring these to you from time to time. Like when I talk to folks about the CBO regulation that made it possible to target cash over the weekend. When I identified a string breakout signal stock market every Tuesday, we took care of that one on power. And all that time, this breakout signal I'm talking about is the most powerful, longer term indicator to use each and every month. But let me bust one of the common trading myths. Chances are you're holding yourself back and don't even know it because the way you've been taught to trade, I mean, the surefire, safest methods taught by hedge fund and fat financial managers alike, there's a good chance these methods are keeping you from the biggest and best opportunities. I'm talking about the classic buy and hold. Nobody does that. If they do, they're losing out. Not especially with options, integrating options in your portfolio. Now, stock like NVIDIA breaking higher on extended rally, you want to be part of it. You know, you put your toe in and what happened? It corrects, wipes out. That's happened to me many times. That's what I love about this approach with options. Even though it's strong January, February, March, it corrected. Once we got to April and May, down it went. Week in June and July, week again in August. Now, if you ever fall in that trap, let's be clear. By reevaluating your position each and every month, you're looking at it with unbiased eyes, which will help you. You know stocks don't move in a straight line, but when they move, they're good. Look at Meta, 19 straight days up, and now we've had 3 straight days of down. There'll be good months, bad months, and months when a stock hardly moves at all. But as you'll see, every month there's an undercover Wall Street voice that be sending random starts absolutely soaring for the month. And we have a scanner to find those, we pinpoint it, and we're ready to go. Now, you could have captured a year's worth of returns in just one single month using this strategy. Nvidia back in October after going up and down. Nvidia in 2024, one of the hottest stocks on the planet. In 2024, it was up nearly 200%. The stock. But what happened in the summer would have wiped out a lot of your gains and scared the heck out of you. August and September were rough months for chip stocks. They got hammered in August. September got even worse. Entering October, it didn't look very pretty. But take a look at this. This is important. Look what happened when the switch flipped. Once you got into October, it flipped and turned bullish. Just like now, it's turned bullish. Went from the red to the green. Now, using the numbers I'm going to teach you, showing you the software, how it works, it's a matter of just tying in and watching and going with the plan. This 3-day window happens at the first of the month, first 3 days of the month. When it triggers, like it did right here, you expect explosive moves. Even though stock's been stuck in neutral, reverse months, it can turn on each month. There's a new month. We got a new month coming, don't we? Could have seen a juicy 6% gain almost no one was expecting. This Wall Street force, which could send stocks absolutely soar, is there. Even back years ago when I was at Smith Barney, this force was a major driver. Wish somebody had taught it to me. This market force is really strong. In fact, researchers at top university called it the only calendar effect is statistically and economically significant and persistent over time. That's one thing you can take to the bank in the market. Patterns repeat themselves. Seasonality and tying it in to the first 3 days of the month is very important. Do you know that companies, think about this, companies know about the amount of money at the first of the month that's available. It happens in the market. It happens if you're selling bread. Business booms at the first of the month. Money is constantly heading into the market then. One study found evidence effect in 19 and 20 countries around the globe. So what's happening here? The telltale sign in the first 3 days of the month can tip you off to these explosive moves. In a nutshell, beginning of every month, something special to happen. Massive flood of capital floors in, roughly 25 billion a month on average. New cash forces Wall Street institution funds to buy stocks. They got the money, got it invested to earn the commissions, push them higher all month long. Key time during the month you pay attention. Look at Devon Energy. Stock was stuck in neutral, not going anywhere. Positive earnings report could barely make it budge, but then the calendar turned to March. Stock started to move a bit higher. Then all of a sudden it roared higher and almost like clockwork for the first 3 days of the month. So what happened? Month's calendar changed over and Wall Street started testing the waters on DVN with the stock moving amount of investment. With all that money flooding in, the stock was extremely likely to race higher. And exactly what happened, most folks didn't catch it. Anyone who knew about this one key signal start of the month could have gotten in and watched as the afterburners engaged all month long. The first few trading days of the month, they start with the year, they go into February, they'll happen in March. It's how we find our stocks that we're going to trade. That's when the fireworks begin. In fact, the researchers from Cornell University concluded that this occurrence, all the positive returns of the stock market for nearly half of the last century. Nothing to do with technical patterns or anything like that. It's a phenomenon due to cash flow. Nothing to do with fancy indicators. Nothing to do with boring old fundamentals. At the beginning of each month, Wall Street gets a ton of new cash to play with, money coming in from 401ks, IRAs, pension funds, you name it. And it's not only a few bucks here. Deposits reached over 1 trillion in the last year alone. That's a lot of money, folks. And they're putting that cash directly in the stocks that hedge funds and Wall Street use. Now, Wall Street starts every new month with a whole new bunch of cash. They just don't throw it in the S&P. If they did that, no one would invest with it. They have to separate themselves to get paid a hefty performance bonus for beating the S&P. Think about a few stocks each month. They dip their toe in a number of stocks, searching for the best results, and they keep buying all along. Like American Express back in 2024. No surprise, Wall Street is one eye on American Express at all times, one of Buffett's favorite stocks. But June wasn't very pretty. Even so, when the calendar flipped, right at the first of the month, new wave investment the first 3 days of the month. Since the stock reacted positively, great time to hit the afterburners and pour in more cash. So now it shouldn't surprise you that Wall Street could make the stock market move. In fact, FINRA recently reported that because of their dominance, institutional buying or selling can lead to big price moves in individual stocks in the market overall. And dominance is an understatement. In fact, based on recent data, big institutions own 78% of all the top stocks in the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. No wonder when Wall Street rotates money between these stocks, these huge waves occur. Now, everyday traders can ride these waves. And when you tie in options with this, wow. You just need to look at the key sign the first 3 days, like American Express I just showed you. There's the waters. Here it comes. All you need to see is stock open higher on the next day, and there we went. Look at this. Look at this. American Express. Old line stock taking off like a new one. Now, had you known that today was entered, you do, but look, if you can count the four, how many of you can count the four? Because the fourth day is when you got to find it. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Today, Wall Street was pouring more capital in American Express. Aggressive bullish play waited to the end of the month, 125% gain. All on stock returned 60%, meaning just one trade long, you made 126% using options. That's what we call leverage, which is the exact reason you told me at the very beginning why you're in the options and why it's the biggest growth industry on the street. Now, every time you see a surge in stock over the first 3 days, it's almost a certain sign Wall Street's rotating money into that ticker, that launch pad. That's why I call it that. It's ready to launch. If Wall Street gets the response it's looking for, they turn on the afterburners and send the stock soaring. Watch this happen again in September on another Wall Street favorite, Amazon. Just remind you, September was a pretty month for stocks, especially early on. In fact, September 24th is off to a historically bad start, but even during the awful start, Amazon was trying to push higher, diverging. So that's what Wall Street was flooding in, a launch pad was forming. Enough a few days later, the stock had started to rally, climbing high enough to become the fourth most valuable company in the world, which meant the very next day, the final signal predicted an immediate move higher. This already gets you excited if nothing else will. It's off to the races. And anyone who caught that signal and jumped in when it fired could have been 39% higher in a few weeks. That's huge. Now, matching Amazon's year-long returns during one of the worst trading months of the year is something to talk about. 2,000 in that position would have paid out 774. Not bad. Not bad at all. Especially when the price of eggs surging out of control and the amount of money that people Go look at eggs. They even go up during the first 3 days. They need to be able to retire. It's always on the rise. Best part about the strategy, you don't have to front run Wall Street. You wait. You wait, folks, just like you should wait for Amazon or for Walmart's earnings tomorrow, because during the first 3 days of the month, Wall Street is really just probing the market. They're playing with trillions of dollars, so they're not going to dump it all in one stock. Instead, they're going to see how it reacts to large order. Whether it starts to build momentum, stock moves favorably, and then, and only then. So what do you need? You need to pay attention and use options. And my plan is to show you over the course of the next year how to grow that money. Late in January, American Express had a strong earnings report, sent the stock higher. Calendar flipped over, higher we went. The launch pad was formed. First 3 days were done. Wall Street, everyone else approved Wall Street, put their money, and a few days later, exactly what happened. See that candle right there is what you're looking for. And the surefire Wall Street was looking for, up we went, and the afterburner was turned on. Now, as soon as Wall Street sees this puppy, they fire all engines and send the stocks racing higher, which exactly happened next. Now, you didn't have to figure out what Wall Street is doing here to catch this rally. Just wait for the afterburner. What day? On the fourth day is the key day. And just before the stock raced higher, you put your trade on, catching an amazing 158% return. Once again, more than doubling the year-long returns of stock in a single month. Watch it play out again in NVIDIA. Everyone knows that NVIDIA's 2021 for record books. At year-end, experts were warning a big collapse coming, and here we are 2.5 years later, and it's still making highs. Like Cisco's epic meltdown after dot-com pass, they tried to compare it. So you understand if investors were a bit cautious that whole year, but not when the launch pad shows. Immediately, big money was pouring in, trying to push the stock higher. Wall Street didn't have to wait long. Very next day, afterburner fired off. Definitely there, and they could safely fire the jets, and here we go. Anybody had known about the afterburner, jumped in for the move higher. Could have been sitting on a 109% winner at month end, enough to turn 2000 in a 4180 kick off a new year. After starting to say how powerful these afterburners were, just to make sure you really see it, let's break down one more move for Amazon. Everybody's heard sell in May and go away. Well, Wall Street certainly didn't listen on Amazon last year. You see the launch pad setting up, clearest day in the first 3 days. Here we go. Once again, Wall Street didn't have to wait long. What do you see here? Type your answer in the chat. Tell me what you see on this chart. I'll give you a second. Type it in there. One key ingredient on that fourth day. I'll show it to you, and you'll be smiling all the way to the bank. That's right. Here it comes. Afterburn. Up we go, off we go. And then what happens next? Off like a rocket. See the afterburner set up? Explosion occurs. There it goes to the end of the month. Outrageous 118% gain. And this is the beautiful part. If you're in Amazon stock, let's say you got 10,000 tied up, you can tie up $1,000. You got $1,000 over here, 10,000 over here. You tell me, don't you want to do the $1,000 to get the same return off the 10? Tell me, is that not what you want to do with leverage? That's the game of options we've been talking about. Now, I can't guarantee you in future returns, losses will happen. They're part of trading. But whether it's a 40% return or a 60% return, you're putting up less money to match the return if you're putting up the full dollar amount. That is leverage. Each of those examples we showed you, these afterburners were please showing the power to blow the old buy and hold portfolio tax is absolutely out of order. Now, we're going to trade it together. I'm just not going to get you out there guessing. Inside our group, we call Afterburner Alerts. Isn't that a cool? Focused on targeting a year's worth of buy and hold returns in a single month. That's our goal. Here's how it's going to work. Every month we'll scour the markets, finding the best stocks that fit this criteria, serving it up to, putting the trade on with the option that we put it on with. We'll show you on that fourth day how to do it. Send you the alert, all the details, everything you need to know straight to your email box. Also in your Telegram channel, text it to you. We do everything for you. And you saw it just like on Walmart last September. Once the launch pad is formed, the accelerator fires. It's in everyone the alert right away. Shot higher. I can't wait to do this for people and let them show you. Read them and weep is what we're going to say. Read them and weep. 90% winner by the end of the month on that one. Now, we will find these stocks and we will show you how to leverage that cash. I'll be doing it for myself and hopefully you'll be with me. 2 to 3 trades per month on average. And you don't have to be changed to computer to do this. This is for that targeted cash. Every single alert straight to your phone via SMS and Telegram. Where you're at home or on the go, you'll get the trade. You're not going to have to rush in to do it. You'll be able to do it. You're not going to miss a single alert. And according to our research, CrowdStrike launched this month. Accelerator hit, fired off the alert. You'd have got it, jump into CrowdStrike, watch it go up, 40% winner in a few days. Now, $1,000 in each of those 2 trades, do the math, paid $13.60, not bad. It's only been twice as confident, $26.12. Now, of course, not every trade will work out that well, but imagine what's possible by doing this process. Being disciplined, being consistent, taking losses when you have to take losses to stay in the game. Here at DTI, it's a whole lot more about spotting these trades and teaching you how to fish. I've done it my whole career. I will keep doing it. And that won't change with Afterburner Alerts. We have our master class coming up, Afterburner Alerts class. In this class, our team will teach you everything you need to know and how the Launchpad sets up, how to identify the Afterburner candle, which trades to set up, when to get out there and take profits, and much more. Now, this class, if I did it by itself, is $497. Thousands of students have studied with DTI before. Here are a few of the top stories. Deb had such nice things to say. I will work with you. You will be comfortable. Thank you, Deb. Look what Carol said. Totally thought she couldn't do it. And now she's really into it. She's here tonight. I saw her in the room. Or call us. Enabling you and showing you how to change your approach to the market. Oh, Daryl. Thank you, Daryl. Or Edwin, been with me for over 15 years. 15 years. Now, be part of the Afterburner Alerts. Let's focus on that serious money, as we say. Add a little options to the table. And after attending, we'll be ready to go. Now, there it is. We can charge whatever we wanted to charge because the results are there. But we'll make it easy for you tonight. I want everyone to know we've supercharged our customer support. Access to that as soon as you join. Every day, Monday through Friday from 11 to 1 and actually 10 to 1. Help you answer all the questions you might have about your membership, trade alerts, or anything that comes up. Now, part two, we're going to slash the price if you join. Instead of $19.97, there's a reason why that chart's setting up. A lot of hedge fund buying tendencies going on right now in this bull run that we're in. It shows us the hedge fund activity is near its highest level ever, and we'll see even more possibilities. Better start targeting. So, if you want to be part of it for the next year, you get a founder's discount if you join tonight. You get about the total price. We call it the Mickey, 777 for your first 12 months. Give you a chance to get your first year's worth of trade alerts, education, and prove just how powerful they are. Don't sit on the fence. Get started with me because the rock bottom introductory price is here and it's time to take it. Go to dtitrader.com/burn or call 904-706-3532. Locked in, get it going. Go to dtitrader.com/burn. Now, one more bonus I'll share with you that comes free with your membership. Listen up, folks. We got it coming. We have software that identifies these for you, part of it. Now, this option hack most traders don't even know about, we'll show you. Nifty trick when you lock in your gains and spend more time watching a trade develop. I call it the Delta 50 option hack. The technique is great. I want to teach you all about it, how and when to use it, and how it could transform your trading. And we were going to make it a standalone class, an independent alert service, but we decided to include it. It's absolutely free as part of your first year. Go to dtitrader.com/burn, 904-706. But once you've gone to dtitrader.com, burn, locked in your membership, don't close the page because you have an opportunity to claim access to something really special next, the Afterburner Indicator. We're simplified the process, everything about it. The only ones that won't want to do this are people that don't want to grow their account. The launch pad's ready, flashes the green when the Afterburner, there's that dot, putting the power to Afterburner alert every single day, looking instead of 2 or 3, you have virtually unlimited opportunities. Claim your priority access to Afterburner Indicator when you start using it today. Never ended VIP access, so you have to worry about renewal fees, anything like that. Confirm your VIP. Remember, Afterburner Alerts is the only strategy I know of folks using Afterburner to target a year's worth of exam. According to our research, it's capable of 40% on CrowdStrike, 67% on Palantir, 90% on Walmart, 101 on NVIDIA, 158 on X, just stacks. Now, I've been around a long time, and Afterburner is fun to turn on. I know one thing. When the Afterburners hit, you're ready to strap in and go. Now, we can't promise future returns and guarantee against losses. But if you're wondering what the next trade will be capable of, only one way to find out. Join dtitrader.com/burn. I'm going to get to chat in a minute, but first let me answer a few of these frequently asked questions. About $2,000 minimum, but I'm thinking that if you're using your serious money, you got more than that, we can put in there. Let me answer a few. Will every trade be? No, our research shows afterburners are powerful. All trading involves risk. You saw the results. The masterclass will teach you the ins and outs of it. We'll do the trades together. and access the afterburner indicator code. Get on the page, order your order, or call our team. What your watch list of stocks might be setting up for an afterburner this month. There's a list. First trade, get the info. You need to join today. So let's recap everything one last time. Join today and save $1,220 plus unlock 2 bonus classes free. All this is included for $777. Wow. Now, big bonus number 7. I didn't tell him about it the first time I brought this, but decided to do it. How would you like to go on a scholarship run with me? Let me explain. How would you like to go on a scholarship run with me? Here's my plan. Starting next Tuesday for 7 straight days, 7 straight days, I will develop the Big 7 strategy to allow you to be on scholarship. That'd be my plan. Starting next Tuesday. Anybody up for that? To trade 7 before we roll into March? How you like that plan? The big bonus number 7. Starting next Tuesday, 7 straight days. My whole goal is to get 777 back in your pocket through trading. You like it, Fred? You like it, Susan? Well, go sign up at dtitrader.com/burn. That is the game clincher right there. The big 7. Starting next Tuesday, every day, I will find that opportunity to put that high odds trade in your pocket. Then we roll into March and kick it off after the first 4 days. You like it? Fred says, I really like that. Let's do it together. We'll keep up with it and make sure I hit our goal. I know what we got to hit. We call it the 7, big 7. Yeah, and it will apply if you're already a member. Absolutely. If you're already a member, if you heard and joined the last few days, the big 7 is something I added because I want to make sure people understand the power of what I'm doing, and I'll do those 7 trades. So I'm basically laying it on the line with you. Let's do it. How can we tell if we're a member of the portion needed for this? Catherine, you should have got a confirmation sheet that you joined. Adam, share what you want to share.
Awesome, T-Bills. 1 second. Uh, just everyone, Jonathan pulled the stocks for last month, and FTNT was one of the stocks. And 1 second, I'm trying to pull it up right now. You should be able to see that right now. Let me know. It just start off with, hey, folks. Can you see that? Awesome. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, it had a new high of 5012.
Yep. I just wanted to write up a short case study on one of our hottest stocks from the month of February, FTNT. Coming into the month, we marked FTNT as a top candidate for the new afterburner alert strategy. You've heard me talk about it recently. And did it ever perform this month? Just take a look below. FTNT marked a FTD algo high of 105.112 and FTD algo low of 98.12. On February 6th, the stock opened above the FT high, shorting us into a long position. Plus, our indicator couldn't have made it any more clearer for our traders. Just look at the green dot on the chart below. The green dot indicates a buy signal and was a launch pad for the stock this month. There you can
There's
see
the
the
green dot. Everybody see the green dot?
there's a green dot, and there's the
Broke
stock.
the range. Off we
Yeah.
went.
Yep. An option trade, you could have purchased an outright call option or a call spread. We chose a 10 wide call spread for early March and have seen the trade pay up to 80% for the month so far. And that was our big stock from this month on that. So I just wanted to show that.
That's pretty simple to see, isn't it? And just think we're going to do it together for the next year as we go through these setups. We'll have them teed up for you. So before we get into that in March now, the big seven.
Oh, sorry, Tom. I was just trying to answer Todd. Like they can have Trading View for free and then use it on their platform.
Yeah, they get Trading View for free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And so the indicator will be right there for you if you want to look at it as we do it. It's a simple approach, but it works like a charm. And I like simple. You know that. So there you go. Adam, I can't do any more. Take a shot. Let's go and let's go for a flight.
Yep. No problem.
Afterburner alert. Yeah, after we will move it to other platforms, but we got it right here because that's the way it was set up. So, folks, come join us. I think we ought to be in pretty good shape after that tonight. Big bonus number 7.
There we
Mickey.
go. Yep.
That's the Mickey. Any other questions? 777. Well, Adam, I think we got all the questions out of the way. Oh, we have a scanner to give that to us. All right. It's time y'all make some money. Let's do it together. Okay? Stephen, why don't you open a Tasty Trade account? They'll get you approved. You do options on that one, okay? We'll help you get that going. All right, y'all have a good night. Think of one thing. Join this. Next Tuesday, we'll start building the big 7, and then we'll go into it 1st of March with the afterburner alerts. All right, y'all have a good night. Thank you.